Welcome to Leadership Speak. I am your SAA, Francoise Bowen. And I will now let each and every one of you know that we are an advanced Toastmaster club for leadership development. We are one of the top 5 clubs globally. Let me read to you our mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Our statement, Leadership Speak is the premier club for experienced Toastmasters to become better self-directed leaders. We are an advanced club focused primarily on leadership development in everything we do. Our timer has virtual hand raised, so we all can immediately see who is keeping their time. Our Toastmaster of the day who will lead our meeting is none other than, you guessed it right, is none other than Nkosi. And I'm going to read the brief bio of our Toastmaster of the day. Joined Toastmasters in 2021 of October, has been a VPM since 2022, then VPPR, area director, and currently a division director in District 129. Look at those growth. Our Toastmaster of the day have a master's degree in environmental management, compliance, monitoring, and enforcement management, working for government in South Africa. Beautiful. Please help me welcome your Toastmaster of the day, Nkosi.
Thank you so much, SAA Toastmaster Francis, for the introduction. Thank you so much, and for making us to feel at home, to relax by the way you've welcomed us as a SAA. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you are in the world. It is such an honor to have you in the meeting today, and I'm honored to be your Toastmaster of the day. You are all welcome, especially to our esteemed guests. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the theme of today's meeting is Leaders Connect. Connection is what creates communities. Here we are in Leadership Speak. It is all because of connections. The way we've connected with each other, with the people who founded the club, hence here we are. Allow me to briefly explain what the theme of today is all about. Connection is not just a leadership skill, but it is a foundation for effective leadership. As leaders, we are all aspired to be influential. If you have the art to connect with others, you will be able to be influential. But without the skill or the art of connecting with others, your influential level will remain minimal. Just imagine a colony of bees trying to produce honey without a honeycomb. What would happen? Will they be able to produce honey? Kindly just put something on the group chat as to whether will they be able to produce honey without a honeycomb. Let me see what you write in the chat. Okay, thank you so much. I see some responses. Definitely, there wouldn't be any honey without a honeycomb. That's how important it is to connect with others as a leader, to get effective, and good results, or to create productivity in any organization. As leaders, we need to make sure that we learn to connect with other people around us. I've got 5 points that I would want just to share with us that can enable us to connect as leaders. The first one is self-awareness. It is very important to be self-aware before you connect with others, because it will assist you. When you understand yourself, it becomes easy to understand other people. And you know when to stop and when to push, because now you would have known yourself first. Secondly is humility. Humility is the very important weapon that we can use, or a very important tool that we can use to create connections. The moment people feel that they are important in your life, it becomes easy for them to connect with you. People need to feel needed. They need to feel important. And with humility, you can easily do that. Thirdly is trust. People need to trust you for them to follow you. John Maxwell once said, people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. If they are able to trust you, they can easily follow what you say. They can easily work towards achieving the same goal or vision that you have. Thirdly, it's open line of communication. Fourthly, it's open line of communications. As leaders, our doors needs to always be open for people to knock. They imagine that when they come, your door is closed, but for other people, it is open. What do I mean about that? As leaders, we need to connect with all team members, not with specific individuals, because you might lose the important one without knowing it. For us to be able to connect with others, we need to have open minds. We must not be biased, because you might overlook the very important or key people in your life by being judgmental prior knowing the people. The fifth one is authentic. People tend to follow the person that they can trust. They can only trust you if you are true to yourself. But if tomorrow they come, you are this, yesterday you were that, it becomes difficult for them to connect with you, because now they don't know what you become in January. But if they know that we can trust this person is as he or she is, it becomes easy for them to connect, because now they would know very well as to who are they connecting with. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, let us take the art of connecting with others very seriously. Let us put all efforts to make sure that we achieve it in all the relationships that we have or that we aspire to create. With those words, allow me to invite Toastmaster Nicole Douglas to give us a toast to the theme of today's meeting. Mr. Zoom Master, kindly spotlight Nicole as well as Tony. Toastmaster Tony is Toastmaster Nicole's evaluator. Toastmaster Tony, kindly assist us as to what is it that you...
Nocawe, for the toast, we don't have the evaluator on.
Okay, no. Thank you so much for that correction, Toastmaster Bram. Toastmaster Nicole, welcome to the virtual stage. Over to you. Share with us the theme in relating to the toast of today. Thank you. Kindly unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Thank you.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we are. You are good to go. Thank you.
Okay. Everyone communicates, few connect. What the most effective people do Differently is a book written by the famous author and speaker, John Maxwell. This is a concept that is at the heart of what we do here at Leadership Speak. Leadership Speak, we allow persons to connect. When I just started Leadership Speak, I started as a guest. I attended few meetings, and then the leader connected with me. And because the leader connected with me, I realized that there was something in this club that could help me to elevate to the next level. And so I secured my membership at Leadership Speak. After joining Leadership Speak, I've grown exponentially, even propelling myself into paid MCing roles. I never imagined that this would happen about 4 months after joining Leadership Speak, but I was not just being in Leadership Speak, but connecting. The leaders in Leadership Speak connect. They allow me to feel and they allow me to express myself. In the book that John Maxwell wrote, there are 5 things that he says that people do differently. 1, they communicate on common ground. 2, they keep it simple. 3, they enjoy themselves. And I want to pause at this juncture. We enjoy ourselves at Leadership Speak. One of the practices here at Leadership Speak is that a practice meeting is held before every Saturday morning meeting. And this particular meeting allows us to enjoy each other's culture. We are a diverse club with persons from over 28 countries. How could we collaborate and produce top quality meeting without there being an environment in which we connect? Our leaders connect with members, and I enjoy that. Just finding about information about each member of this club. Ladies and gentlemen, another thing that Leadership Speak does differently is that it gives the members the opportunity to find and discover new talents, or to find that missing element that would allow them to realize their dreams. When I saw members in Leadership Speak becoming authors, their books were already in the making, but Leadership Speak allowed them to find that missing element. And I can speak to 2 authors that I have personally witnessed grown in Leadership Speak: Toastmaster Youselee Joseph and Toastmaster Francois Bowen. I'm yet to read their book, just like I did with John Maxwell. But I believe these persons have had the opportunity to connect globally because of what happens here in Leadership Speak. Ladies and gentlemen, members and guests, please unmute your mic, raise your glasses or mugs, whatever you have with you, whether it's in morning for you, night or evening. Let's raise a toast to today's meeting theme: Leaders Connect.
Leaders connect.
Leaders connect.
Leaders connect. Leaders connect.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful rest of this meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nicole. I can honestly attest to what you said. What has brought me to Leadership Speak is the connection of a leader. Just imagine when you do not expect to receive a call from influential somebody, from people that other people look up to, and all of a sudden you receive a call from such a leader. It becomes easy to connect. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nicole. Allow me to call Toastmaster Jessica Matabata, our timer for today, for her to explain her role to the meeting. Toastmaster Jessica, the virtual stage is yours. Thank you, Mr. Zuma.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Jessica Matabata. I'm your timer for today. I'm going to be timing all the speakers according to the timings on the agenda. And what I'll do is at the end of each session, I shall post all the timings in the chat box. And I'm wishing you a pleasant meeting, and over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jessica, for explaining your role. I will now hand over the virtual lectern to Toastmaster Baron for him to explain his role as a grammarian to the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Baron.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully for their language usage. It is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. Our word of the day today is engagement. And the meaning of engagement is active involvement and participation. An example of the word of the day in use is genuine engagement allows leaders to connect meaningfully with their teams and stakeholders. When called upon later, I will share my report on how we have used the language with sayings, quotes, alliterations, and any other literary devices. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Baron, for engaging us with the theme by introducing or explaining your role very well. So what will help us to move further smoothly as fellow Toastmasters and leaders, it would be to engage toward what we are all here for. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, allow me to call upon Toastmaster Gilda, who will be giving us the leadership speech for today's meeting. Mr. Zoom Master, I kindly request that you spotlight her evaluator, Toastmaster Deborah, to explain what she'll be looking for in terms of evaluating Toastmaster Gilda. Kindly spot Toastmaster Deborah as well to the virtual podium. Thank you. Deborah, sorry, it's Toastmaster Deborah who will be the evaluator of today's educational speech.
Toastmaster of the day, there was a change, and I will be the evaluator. Toastmaster Deborah is not feeling this.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Zoom Master, kindly. Okay, while we do that, Toastmasters and guests, it is my distinguished honor to evaluate Toastmaster Gilda's speech today, which is going to be presented from the motivational strategies pathway. It is a level 5 speech, prepare to speak professionally. And in this, Toastmaster Gilda is going to present an 18 to 20 minutes keynote speech in the keynote style, exemplifying a professional level of speaking with any, a professional level of speaking from any point of view and in any style that she wishes to support her speech content. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Baron, for explaining the objective of Toastmaster Gilda's speech. Toastmaster Gilda, welcome to the virtual podium. Her title is The Flower Shop. The Flower Shop, Toastmaster Gilda. Over to you. Thank you.
I'll never forget my boss at my first work, who stood at impressive 6 feet 5 inches. When we spoke, he humbled himself by sitting down, making sure our eyes are in the same level. This gesture taught me that leadership, effective leadership, is not about stature. It's about creating culture of trust, open communication, and feeling positive. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. On my 25th wedding anniversary, I was looking for a flower shop to have gray color roses. I wanted to get 25 gray color roses and wrap them in a nice way, send them to my husband, because his favorite color is gray. As I was looking through the internet, I found 2 shops. I chose the closest or the nearest one to my house. I arrived to the store. I opened the door. The florist was standing right on her desk, looked at me right away, cheerfully greeted me. "Good morning," she says, with a genuine smile. "Welcome to the flower shop store." I was looking around. I looked at her politely and said, "Good morning. Where are the flowers?" I did not see any flowers in the flower shop. She came toward me and she said, "You are a new customer, and this is your first visit to the flower shop, because all my customers know that I don't keep any flowers out. I keep them in the fridges in the back." My apologies. She took me to the back room, and I see wall-to-wall fridges, all organized. On every door, the name of the flower, the type, and the color, the price, how to look after them. I saw gray, white, orange, red, purple, all the colors you could imagine. She said, "Pick your flowers, and then we go to the next station, and we will arrange them for you." I picked my flowers. She took me to the next station. 4 different stations with 4 employees. She introduced each one of them as an expert wrapper and creative wrapper. She told me, "Susan does put them in vases. Kathy puts them in baskets. Monica puts them with other items like candles and balloons. And once you decide on what you want to do or how you want to wrap them. You come back to the front room, you relax on a chair, have a cup of coffee. You could go through the books I have in the library here about the flowers until the flower is ready for you. I got the flowers. I paid her. And before I left, she said, "You are more than welcome to add your name to the new guest with your email address." That experience had so much impact on me. That 20 minutes visit to go get flowers, gray flowers, for my husband, I learned so much. And I have so many takeaways from that visit. I learned that this lady, the owner, the florist, created a much more positive environment for a new customer to feel comfortable. Her organization skills of the flowers, it shows her demonstration of caring about her customers and value what they need by organization. Provided me with a comfortable chair in her main room. It showed me her empathy and the value for her customers. She introduced her colleagues or her other employees as experts. That shows her connection with her employees. As a result, I connected with her. And since that day, and for the last 20 years, I never go to any other flower shop and buy flowers. I trust this florist and this flower shop. And I connected with her. She connected with me as a new customer. And that's how she earned a new customer. Connection is very important between two employer and employees, any organization, any team members. Connections, though, doesn't come like that. It relies on two important factors. And effective leaders know that trust and collaboration are the main and the foundation for connection with each other. Which one should come first as a leader? Which approach should we take as leaders? We develop trust with our team members and with our customers, or we start collaborations. In reality, trust and collaborations are interdependent on each other. Collaboration foster trust. Trust builds collaboration. And both of them create connection. How easy is it to build trust among each other, or for a leader to build trust with team members? Excuse me. My mother always told me, you cannot give what you don't have. If you're not trustworthy, you cannot give trust or trust other people. So trust as a leader, trust yourself, trust your ability. How do we accomplish that as leaders? By working hard, by going through every step of the project we want to do. Study our project to gain confidence. Practice active listening. Listen to other people. Open room for empathy. Connect with others. Have compassion. Listen to them. Demonstrate understanding and kindness. Be authentic to yourself. Be vulnerable as well. If you make a mistake, say, I made a mistake. That's how you earn, as leaders, we earn the trust of other people. And once other people trust us and we trust them, we develop or create that connection, that leader. Work hard to get that long-term connection with others. Why do we need to develop connection with others, especially at work or with any team in any organization? Because connection creates motivation. It encourages people to be free to express their feeling once they are trusted and they feel connected with other people. Provide opportunity to growth as well. Connection is very important and it's crucial for leaders. It's to nurture lasting, meaningful relationship that will not break. It's built on empathy, emotional intelligence, trust, and open communication. Let's connect. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Wow. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gilda. Well done. Thanks for engaging us with the theme of today. You just reminded us that we can only earn the ability of connecting with others. It doesn't happen automatically. You earn it by building trust in yourself first that other people can buy into. I liked it when you said that you cannot give what you don't have. Thank you so much for reminding us with your speech and for making it so easy for us to follow. With those words, allow me to call our first speaker for today's meeting, Toastmaster Guerdah. Toastmaster Guerdah would be evaluated. Okay, she was supposed to be evaluated by Toastmaster Bindu, but I don't know whether Toastmaster Bindu has already joined the meeting.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Zoom Master, kindly spotlight Toastmaster Bindu for us. Is she in the virtual room? Yes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Guerdah and Toastmaster Bindu. Toastmaster Bindu, kindly share the objective of Toastmaster Guerdah's speech with us.
Thank you, Nocawe. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, mighty Toastmasters and guests. Today's speaker one, Guerdah Felix, is going to deliver from the pathway Persuasive Influence and Level 1, Project 1, Icebreaker. The purpose is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speaking. But what she would like to get evaluated from me is the flow of presentation and the connection with the audience. So let's all connect and hear what's going to tell from our speaker, God. Congratulations. Over to you, Nocawe.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bindu, for explaining the objective of Toastmaster Guerda's speech. Toastmaster Guerda's speech title is The Magic of Persuasion. Toastmaster Guerdah, welcome to the virtual podium. The stage is yours. Share your speech with us. All the best. Thank you.
Wow. Grandiose. Magnificent. Majestic. This was me standing in front of the Sagrada Familia Basilica. It is located in Barcelona, Spain, and it was envisioned by Antoni Gaudi. Sagrada Familia Basilica reminded me of why I joined Toastmasters. 10 years ago, at my sister's persuasive influence, I became a member. This will be good for you, she said. I suspected she meant better communication skills. I know my sister. But for myself, I joined Toastmasters because I always believed that I was created for big things. And I wanted to explore what they could be. I wanted to push the envelope. I wanted to dream big. This is why I joined Toastmasters. Now, since then, I have accomplished many things. With the help of a group of different members, here is an example of what we've accomplished together. In 2017, Division S Expo, 59 people attended. They were fed like kings and queens, physically and also mentally. Their words, not mine. In 2018, the private screening of Black Panther, the movie, 102 people attended. 102 people attended. Can you imagine? 102 people who came at 9 a.m. to watch a movie, eat popcorn, and drink soda. Yes, that's what we've accomplished. And to this day, some of them are still talking about it. 2020, Resonance of Stars. And this is what we've done together. We've had, in 3 different time zones, a gala. Close to 90 people attended. And in 2024, together, 6 Toastmasters, all women, we decided to write a book. Yes, this is the power of persuasion. This is the magic when you think that having a vision, communicating it to others, having them on board, working toward that one vision can create magic. This is the magic of persuasion. Now, I have accomplished much. I have not done it by myself, but I have accomplished much. At some point, I became discouraged. At some point, I lost my oomph. At some point, I became sad, and I did not feel like doing anything anymore. That was a tough time. But you know what happened? In September, when I went to Spain, and I was standing in front of the Basilica, two passages came to mind. First, as I am in awe, looking at her, the first one, you are God's masterpiece. And the second one, the work he started in you, he will finish. I knew at that time that I needed to go back. I knew at that time that I needed to regain what I had lost. And that's what led me to the path of persuasive influence. If there is anything you've learned or you've heard from my presentation today, I would like you to remember two things. First, you are a masterpiece. Second, there's still work to be done. If I ask you to join me, I hope that you will say yes, so that we can create magic together. Madam Chair.
Well done, Toastmaster Guerdah, with your icebreaker speech. I am a masterpiece, so you are. Thank you so much for that reminder that we are just a work in progress as we are learning to connect. So we must never give up on what we're doing. At the end of the day, we are working towards a greater goal to achieve. Thank you so much. Zoom Master, kindly assist me. Let's move on to the second speaker of today's meeting, Toastmaster Luciano, and his evaluator is Toastmaster Youselee. If you can just spotlight both of them for me. Thank you so much, Mr. Zoom Master. Toastmaster Youselee, Toastmaster Luciano, welcome to the virtual stage. Toastmaster Youselee, kindly explain the objectives or the objective of Toastmaster Luciano's speech. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster Luciano will present this speech on the project Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of this project is for him to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and the purpose of this speech is for him to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. He will have 5 to 7 minutes to present this speech. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Youselee. Dear Toastmasters and to our special guest, allow me to welcome Toastmaster Luciano. The title of his speech is Your Reference. Your Reference, Toastmaster Luciano. All the best.
I can still remember the first day. It was February 2008. my first day at work. I woke up early. I had to be at work at 8 a.m. But I woke up at 3 a.m. because I was anxious to go to work. My mother woke up early. Also, she helped me prepare, go to work. I arrived 5 a.m. and the office was closed. Had to wait until 8 a.m. I got to work full of energy, but I was lost. I didn't know what to do because I never worked before in my life. But I met someone, a colleague, who was in the same place I was 3 years ago. And he helped me. He told me what I had to do. So he was a reference for me during my first year at work. And that made the whole difference. Thank you. When we speak about mentoring, it's something very important. Before we speak about mentoring, we have to know, what does the word mean? It's a word that comes from the Greek language, comes from the word mentor. And what it means is provide guidance, teach someone, instruct, and advise. That's what the word mentoring is. And the way Toastmaster views mentoring is about providing or sharing your experience with someone with less experience, not focused on what's your age or what you achieve, but whatever you're doing at that time, as long as you have more experience, provide that experience to the person that has less experience. You provide that guidance. That's how Toastmaster envisions mentoring. And mentoring is something very important, something that I call it reference. You need to have a reference in life. If I ask you, go north, how do you make sure that you're going north and you're not going south? You need a reference. You need the compass. The compass will tell you, I'm going north. And in life, you need a reference point. In life, you need a mentor. In whatever stage of your life, you need a mentor. Even when it comes to engaging with people at work, at social settings, it's extremely important for you to learn how to do things. Bring it more close to home, myself, my experience. As I shared, my first day at work, my first year at work, I had a mentor. I had a reference point where the person helped me, advised me how to do things. And that made my life much easier. And that's extremely important. Imagine on your professional life, what difference does it make when you have a reference point on how to do things? Someone who's already been in the place where you are right now. The person tells you this is what you need to do in order to have a successful career. And something that you have to follow. As a famous person said, success always leaves clues. Is when you have guidance from someone who has been there before, and that person is your mentor, he will tell you the footsteps for you to follow, the route that you to follow, the road for you to follow. And if you follow that road, you will be able to achieve your goals and be successful. That's what we want to do. We want to be successful professionally and personally also. But in order to do that, we need that reference. We need that mentor that will guide us where we want to go. But however, there's a second point to that. You need a mentor to guide you. But when you have experience, you also need to be mentored to the ones that are coming. It's extremely important for you also to grow. You need also to be a mentor to share that experience, that advice to the young ones that are coming, to the people that have less experience, even in Toastmasters, even also in your professional life. That's extremely important. As we go in life and we're preparing for 2025, as you engage and you're getting ready for 2025, be a reference and have a reference, because that way you will guide the young ones to gain experience, and you also gain experience from the people that have more experience than you. That's extremely important. And this year, more than ever, I put that into practice, because at the beginning of the year, I had a conversation with my mentor at work. And it's been where I was. He has more than 20 years experience as an engineer. And he told me, Luciano, besides many things that he told me, he said, Luciano, the guide word, the magic word for this year is take initiative. Take initiative. I listened to that in January, and I'm in December. I put that into practice. And this has been my best year up to now in the company where I'm working now. Thank you very much. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Wow. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Luciano, for reminding us that we all need reference point at some point in time, and we need to make sure that we become one to others as well. Well done on your speech. I kindly request all our special guests to complete or to sign the guest book on the chat. I'm just checking if it has already been launched. Has it been shared in the group, the guest link? But I have seen that somebody or a guest has already given us his or her information on the chat. I kindly request that the link be shared and our special guests fill in that link or that book. Our ESCO members will connect with them. Thank you so much. With those words, Mr. Zoom Master, I request that you spotlight Toastmaster Hannah, yes, thank you, as well as Toastmaster Sandra for me, who is Toastmaster Hannah's evaluator. Is Toastmaster Sandra in the room? Yes, she is. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Sandra, kindly share with us the objective of Toastmaster Hannah's speech.
Thank you so much. The purpose of Hannah's speech is engagement. Actually, it's to practice developing a change management plan. And here she will share some aspect of a change management plan that she completed recently or in the past, giving specific information about the plan and the benefits of having worked on such a plan. That's what we'll be watching for, Hannah. Over to you, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandra. Toastmaster Hannah, welcome. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, Toastmaster Hannah's title is Fear. Fear, Toastmaster Hannah, the virtual podium is yours. Over to you. Thank you.
Change often brings uncertainty, discomfort, and a natural fear of the unknown. On the other hand, managing change teaches us how to navigate these transitions in a way that empowers us to survive, thrive, and embrace the future without fear. Ladies and gentlemen, by a show of hands, who of you has that fear, forget everything and run reaction when faced with change? Madam Toastmaster, I have lived by the motto of fear, and I still do today. However, fear for me now means I am fired up, enthusiastic, adventurous, and ready to manage change. My family and I lived in a comfortable and spacious family home. As the years went by, the children, now young adults, they moved homes, leaving me with a sense of, I call it, empty nest syndrome. I embraced and I managed change. Eventually, I welcomed it. It didn't require me to change my lifestyle. Not yet. I remained fully engaged in the work environment and continued to lead an active social life. Fast forward. The years passed and retirement approached. My social and professional life started to slow down. The house began to feel too big at the moment for me also. I recognized the need for a change, and eventually I embraced it. My daughter Beatrix developed a change management plan, a strategy, and a vision. Initially, this concept of change appeared clear-cut, yet managing this change turned out for me to be more challenging than I had ever anticipated. I realized how deeply ingrained my routines, my attachments were. I had emotional connections to what was familiar with me, my home, the secure neighborhood, my community, being in walking distance from the shops, the hospital, the doctors, you name it. Letting go of these comforts would not be easy. I have to size down, adjust to a smaller home, a new environment, a new social life. This felt like a continuous struggle, honoring the past while embracing the future. Ultimately, I realized that change, while challenging, would bring growth and a deeper understanding of myself and the new world I would encounter. Helga, my estate agent, soon recognized my desire for change and understood that it was no longer just a passing or a fleeting thought, but a growing priority and an aspiration. With her dynamic leadership, she connected with me, played a key role in helping me overcome the obstacle of this transformation. She offered her essential support that enabled me to take the necessary steps towards making this change a reality. Through her unwavering engagement, her commitment, she discovered a home in a secure complex that was an ideal match, perfectly meeting all my needs and requirements. The plan was implemented. Logistics were meticulously coordinated, ensuring a seamless transition into this new chapter of my life. I feared I embraced, I acknowledged, and rejoiced to have made that change. Ladies and gentlemen, consider some keys before you embark on your big move or significant change. What is the general atmosphere of the neighborhood? Look into any upcoming infrastructure development, such as a highway or a road. Evaluate the safety of your area. Despite it all, embrace the challenges that come your way with enthusiasm and an optimistic outlook. You can lead a truly fulfilling and enriched life when you manage change with the right mindset, supported by family and friends, and driven by your vision. Face the unknown with confidence, free from fear. Each step towards it is a change in growth and self-discovery. Ladies and gentlemen, have I now given you something to fear? Are you fired up, enthusiastic, adventurous, and ready to manage change? Madam Toastmaster.
Well done, Toastmaster Rana. I am fired to manage change from now on moving forward. Thank you so much for reminding us that to manage change, we should make sure that we have plan in hand. You've reminded us that we need to embrace change. We need to welcome it and face it positively with a present mindset. Thank you so much, Mr. Zoom Master. May you Zoom Toastmaster Ray as well as Toastmaster Dan. Toastmaster Dan is he will be evaluating Toastmaster Ray's speech. Is Toastmaster Dan in the meeting room? Toastmaster Dan, are you there? Mr. Zuma. Okay. Okay, thank you. I heard that he is in the meeting. Kindly spot him for me.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Dan, Toastmaster Ray, welcome to the virtual podium. Toastmaster Ray, kindly share the objective of Toastmaster Ray's speech with us. Thank you.
Good morning, good evening to fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. Today I have the privilege of evaluating Ray Rivero's speech. Toastmaster Ray Rivero is doing his icebreaker of his 11th path. And he's working on how his speech resonates with the audience, whether the audience enjoys and laughs along, how he may use vocal variety, tone, and how his tone is, and how he uses his body, facial expression, and hand gestures. As an experienced Toastmaster, he wants to deliver a contest quality speech and get ideas on improving delivery. He has got 4 to 6 minutes to deliver his presentation. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dan. Toastmaster Ray, welcome. The title of Toastmaster Ray's speech is What's in a Name? What's in a Name? Toastmaster Ray, over to you. All the best.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. The name on my birth certificate says Ramon Ricardo Rivero. Ever since that name was printed on that certificate, the spellings and the mispronunciations started and has gone downhill ever since. Good morning from North America, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Have you ever personally dealt with the mispronunciations, misspellings, and everything else in between regarding your name? I feel your pain. My parents migrated to the United States from Latin America. I was named after my grandfathers. My dad's father, Ramon, my mother's father, Ricardo. But if they had known then what I'm experiencing now, I seriously think they would have written my name on my birth certificate with erasable ink. So I've learned over the years that when I try to introduce myself with my full birth name, it's been a challenge to get people to spell it right and pronounce it right. Some understand it, some, despite their best and often their worst efforts, have presented themselves with an outstanding amount of colossal failure. So let me give you an example. Let's start with my last name. It's spelled River with an O, as in Oscar, as in ocean, as in Ohio. Rivero? I can only go so far with that. My first name is even worse. So I tell you how to spell it. R-A-M-O-N. E? There's no E on my certificate. There's no E on my name. But if you pronounce it like a rock group from New York from the 70s called the Ramones, you got it right. But I have nothing to do with that group. And sometimes people try to remember that name, and it's based on their personal life experience. Are you in wrestling? Then Razor Ramon is the name that they remember me by. And I don't like wrestling. And if they're into cars, they'll nickname me Alfa Romeo. I guess that's okay because my wife's name is Mercedes. Watch television shows. Like there was a show some time ago called Everybody Loves Raymond. The actor's name was Ray Romano. Close to Ray Rivero, but not me. I wish. But when it comes to the spelling of my name and the pronunciation, I don't think everybody likes me. I certainly don't like the way that's pronounced. Even in my Spanish class, you think they would pronounce my name right? Because it is Spanish, Ramon. But human beings, being human beings, don't pronounce things the way you want to. One of the students noticed in the early lessons the words jamón y queso. So from the remainder of my class, I was known as jamón y queso. There he goes, jamón y queso. That means ham and cheese in Spanish. Can you imagine being called ham and cheese for the entire class? I'm going to make it easier for these people. I'm going to spell it Ray. R-A-Y. Even then, outstanding amounts of failure appear. Did you know that the letter T on an English-speaking keyboard or an English keyboard has the T next to the Y? Can you imagine a salutation that I got that said, "Hello, rat"? Come on! I spotted you 2 letters and you still messed up. Well, I'll admit that there are worse names out there. My wife had a friend whose brother was born cursed. His only goal was to just visit the United States from his native Dominican Republic, except a few things. He was named Yasser Arafat Morin. He's been trying to get that name changed ever since, without success. And he was born on September 11th, and he wants to go visit the United States. I wish I was a fly in the wall when he tries to present all of his personal information at the U.S. consulate. But I understand. I feel your pain. And to all of our members at Leadership Speak and anybody I meet along the way, if I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry. I just hope that we can learn how to pronounce our names no matter how many times it takes. I'm okay with Alfa Romeo. I'm even okay with ham and cheese, jamón y queso. But if you walk down the street and notice me, smile when you say, "Hello, rat, Madam Toastmaster."
Wow, well done, Toastmaster Ray. I hope I have pronounced it the way you would want it to be pronounced. Thank you so much for sharing an engaging speech with us. I have learned something new again today, that it is very important to make sure that you pronounce people's names correctly, because by a slight mispronunciation, you might be meaning something different from what it was intended to mean. Thank you so much. Madam Jessica, our Toastmaster, kindly share the time slots of our speakers. Thank you so much. I believe we can all see the times that our speakers has taken when they were delivering their speeches. Madam, it's Mr. Zoom Master, kindly share the poll with us so that we can allow our members to vote. Members, the poll has been launched. Kindly vote for the best effort speaker of today's meeting. Let's just give it some few seconds. Thank you so much, Mr. Zoom Master. I strongly believe we have all voted and submitted our votes. With those words, allow me to hand over the virtual podium to the General Evaluator of today's meeting, Toastmaster Mohmad Asif. Saiyed. Mr. Zoom Master kindly spotlights the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Asif. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Asif, the virtual stage is yours. Over to you. Thank you.
A very good evening, good morning, Toastmasters leaders from all over the globe. Toastmaster Nocawe, thank you very much for introducing me. And we now move on to our next interesting session, that is on evaluation. And I have a good evaluation team. Evaluation is an important element of becoming a good speaker. Reason is you not only have to be a good listener, you need to understand, analyze the speaker, the message, and also help the speaker become a better speaker. So as per the agenda, our first speaker was Toastmaster Nicole, who gave a toast. And for that, I invite Toastmaster Tony to give an evaluation for Toastmaster Nicole. Over to you, Toastmaster Tony.
Thank you, General Evaluator, to Toastmaster Nicole. Nicole, when you and I communicated and connected before this presentation of the toast, you expressed to me that you were looking for opportunities to improve. The purpose of the toast, of course, for anyone is to set the tone for the meeting. And in this case, it was connecting the theme to the message, and then to wrap up with the formality of the toast itself. As we know, the theme was Leaders Connect. And I think you achieved setting the tone with two techniques. First off, you connected 4 items. Your personal story about how you joined Toastmasters and what it meant to you. You connected with 2 authors from within our club, Francoise and Youselee. You also brought John Maxwell into the context with his expression about communication versus connection. And then you also connected Leadership Speak with the practice sessions we have before every formal meeting we have every week. So you made a real effort to connect those 4 items into the theme Leaders Connect. The second technique you used was the leadership aspect of this itself. So besides connecting, it was leadership. And what you did was you set the example of leadership as a role model with your delivery. You had joyous exuberance when you were speaking. You talked about all those aspects with self-interest and interest for all of us. You had good gestures. Your voice was modulated extremely well. Throughout this, you showed confidence, the ability to communicate, and you spoke with authority. You had presence, the presence of a leader. I have a recommendation. In part of your presentation, you talked about 3 aspects that John Maxwell brought, and then you put a pause in there. That was not necessary. That might have slowed things down a bit. No big deal. That's just some room for improvement. So overall, as a leader, you connected. And by doing so, you connected the toast to the theme, and you wrapped up your toast with a very nice formal toast. Well done. Back to you, GE.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tony, for providing valuable inputs to our Toastmaster Nicole for raising the toast. Now, for our second evaluator, I would like to invite Dr. Toastmaster Rozy Rana, and she is going to be evaluating our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Nicole. Nocawe.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Yeah. For the Toastmaster of the Day, I want to commend Nocawe. The preparation of a Toastmaster of the Day begins well before the date of the meeting, 2 weeks before. And in this case, I think we were well ahead of the game. The group was created, there was engagement in the group, to the point that when she didn't have the flyer ready, she informed everyone about what the theme of the meeting was. The engagement was so good that we even saw the grammarian posting the word of the day well in advance. So we were all prepared, and congratulations on that account. Coming to today's meeting, everything started off with a bang, very well. I thought the delivery of the first session was really well done, with very good nuggets on the 5 elements that one ideally should have to make the connection stronger, with its self-awareness, humility, trust, open lines of communication, and being authentic. Moving on to the toast, all went very, very smoothly. The Toastmaster of the Day was well prepared. The thing that she wanted me to look out for was evident. It was about her confidence, her pronunciation, and how comfortable she was. I think I would give checks on all of those. If there's an area that maybe would have enhanced this session, there are two. As a Toastmaster of the day, you're juggling many balls. And while you come in here, you're prepared, you have your script, you have learned everything. It's very important to be on top of the role takers. And that means looking at the participant list, making sure they're there. And while I think, Nocawe, you did that somewhat because I saw some communication in the group, it was evident you missed one or two of the evaluators, but the team behind the scenes is so efficient. And so you're very lucky that Baron jumped in, took a role, and everything sailed smoothly. The second thing, as a Toastmaster of the day, you set the tone. I encourage you to try and modulate your voice a bit, keep the spark, keep the energy. Especially, I love the transitions, bring them with the same tone that the speaker left with, the same message, but I thought you did beautifully. You have led the meeting this far with aplomb, and I'm sure you'll take over the second half equally well. Thank you very much. Congratulations on a meeting well led. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rozy Rana, for motivating our Toastmaster of the day. And so now we move on to our next evaluator is Toastmaster Baron, who picked up this role for evaluating Toastmaster Gilda, our leadership our educational speaker.
Thank you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Like I said in the introduction, it is a privilege and a delight for me to evaluate Toastmaster Gilda today, and I'm going to get right into it. Toastmaster Gilda, you are excellent at storytelling. You captivated us because you set a scene in one place, the flower shop, and then everything else evolved around that. You're getting flowers for your husband, the lessons that you learned, the leadership lessons, how the flower shop owner related with the employees. You picked so many nuggets from one anchoring point, and that is exceptional storytelling. And with that in itself, you had structure in your speech because that anchored everything else around it. Another point that I must note is the tone, your vocal tone, the way the room all came to your level, and then you had us with you during the story because your tone was very conversational. You eased into it, and we were with you the whole way. The Zoom presence. You clearly had gestures, but you also clearly knew where you are, how you are presenting, how you are being perceived. It goes a long way in showing how credible you are as a speaker, because when you present yourself as bold, then we believe you and we take your message from that perspective of she knows what she's speaking about. I'm going to avoid having to go through the story over and over again because we already know it. But I feel that you could have fed us more information, both from the story side as well as from the lessons. Because when you look at the time in the chat, you spoke for 12 minutes and 30 seconds, and yet the stipulation was you were going to speak for 18 minutes and 22 seconds. In essence, this means about 10 minutes of your time was not used, and that is a lot of information we could have benefited from you presenting. The next would be, it is an addition, though it's welcome to not have, and that is a PowerPoint presentation or some form of visual, because then it is easy for us to keep up with, oh, now this is what we are on. Maybe these are the points, these points do this, such that we do not feel at any point that points are getting mixed up along the way. With that being said, if you work on what I believe was the elephant in the room, that is the time factor, add more story to it, you will push excellently. The tone was amazing once again, the gestures, the Zoom presence, and the storyline. So only the time as well as a presentation to enhance your speech. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Baron, for providing your valuable inputs. Toastmaster Baron, today Toastmaster Gilda presented the educational speech. For the educational speech, I would have loved to hear from you in the evaluation. As an educational speech, what is that message which drives or connects with the theme as leaders connect? On being a kind of a subject matter expert, what would you have expected from her on this theme, and how she could develop that would have really helped her to become a more professional as a speaker. While in her speech, she did give a lot of connections in the sense that kind of logic that trust builds collaboration, and then you need to build connection, and then that connection then builds the trust, and then you again go back to collaboration. How she could have built over this along with the storyline, and what all kind of, let's say, principles are required for leaders to imbibe and become more confident as a leader. What all are those nitty-gritties which goes into establishing the connection? So those aspects are very important. Second aspect which you could have highlighted definitely would have been the energy level, which is expected from an educational speaker, somebody who is going to, be looked upon for being the subject matter expert. With having said that, your spoken language and your evaluation is very clear, concise. So I commend you for that and wish you more success in your evaluations further. So now we move on to our next evaluator, who is going to be evaluating our first speaker, and that is, I invite Toastmaster Bindu, who is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Guerdah. Over to you, Toastmaster Bindu. So Master, could you please spotlight Toastmaster Bindu? Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Asif. Congratulations, Guerdah. It was an icebreaker with a difference. Why difference? Unlike in the community clubs, what we deliver is when I was born, my parents, and my schoolings. Unlike this, she made a difference. Being an advanced club, she made us know why she joined Toastmaster and why she continued to be a Toastmaster. By her amazing take-home message. Have you ever had that take-home message in an icebreaker speech? Here it is. You are the masterpiece that is still work in progress, so that we can create magic together. Isn't it so much connected with her pathway, persuasive influence? Kudos for you. A good introduction by telling the magnificence of the Sagrada Familia Basilica in Spain. What a great thing to start with. Then you had incorporated your milestones in the Toastmaster journey. That is, by enumerating the years 2017, 2018, 2020, 2024, and so on and so forth. And last but not the least, you told us that you wrote a book by engaging with other leaders, by connecting with them, and created magic, the magic of persuasion. Wow, another good thing. The Zoom presence was excellent, but I would really suggest that you could really make some vocal variety when you told us that you're feeling sad after so many highs in your life, because we are smiling. What your speech is effective is the flow of presentation was good, and you were able to connect well the ending as well as title. And it was a real persuasion speech. Now, did you connect with the audience? Yes, you did. But what else you can do? I have a suggestion. Gilda, Guerdah, Sagrada Familia Barcelona in Spain. How many of you, mighty Toastmasters, know that the significance of this particular Barcelona church in Barcelona? It is the largest unfinished Catholic church in the world. In 1882, it was built by Anthony Gaudi, and still it is the unfinished church. So you can always tell that this church being so much majestic, so much magical, still unfinished. I being sane, you can connect with that and connect the audience with the significance of that particular church. Overall, a fantastic speech, effective. You can connect with the significance of the Barcelona. You can make it a greater speech. Thank you. Over to you, Asif.
Well, thank you, Toastmaster Bindu. I mean, you are spot on. You have highlighted and what all, how accomplished or well spoken is our Toastmaster Gilda. This is first speech, an icebreaker. And an icebreaker speech and leadership speak is expected to be at a very higher level. Now, when we say high level means what? I always say an icebreaker speech is your gateway, your tool to establish your brand image, which simply means that it gives you the chance to market yourself as being a kind of a subject matter expert. As leaders connect, you want to tell all those things which will establish the connection between you and the leaders. And that's what Toastmaster Bindu, what you have rightly spotted out, this is the one thing which I would have loved to hear from you as a recommendation or a suggestion to our speaker, whose spoken language is pretty clear, energy very high. This is the only thing which I think that, which can really help her to climb up the ladder as to being an excellent as a speaker. Well, now we move on to our next evaluator. So Toastmaster Youselee is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Luciano, who is our second speaker. Zoom Master, could you please spotlight Toastmaster Youselee? Welcome, Toastmaster Youselee.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Greeting, colleague Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Luciano, congratulations. You have presented a persuasive speech in which you have engaged to the audience by encouraging us to have a positive view on mentoring. You have based your speech on your personal story as a protege when you have started your first job. It is a story that everyone here can relate to because we all have had a first day at work. Then you went on to define what mentoring is, its importance, and its impact on life in general. By using your own words, mentor makes life easier. In your conclusion, you had a call to action to directly encourage the audience to embrace being a protege and to take action by becoming mentor. You had good eye contact. You used your voice effectively with appropriate tone of variations with high and low volumes. What I want to encourage you to work on for your next presentation or to make your presentation even more impactful are first your transitions. When you are finished from your introduction, body, and conclusion, especially from your introduction to the body of the speech, you said, thank you. You did not have to say thank you. It is one speech and one message to make the flow more smooth, you could ask a direct question to the audience. How did you think I did at this first job? And then you can continue with mentoring. And in your conclusion as well, you conclude with a message emphasizing on you. In the conclusion, you should conclude with a message that put emphasis on the audience, because the message is for the audience, even if it's your own story. And the second thing that I want you to work on is the clear lesson, a clear vision. What did you really learn from that? Because the speech globally was general about the impact of mentoring. But what is the impact, some specific impact on you? You could have shared with us how you move from A to B specifically. And the third thing is your body language. You were leaning like this in front of the camera, and you had your head cut at some point. You could have positioned your camera a little further next time so that you can have a better Zoom presence. Other than that, you have a great speech. You are confident. You have used some great analogies like mentors help is like compass, showing us the way. Work on your Zoom presence and transition. Congratulations to sponsor Luciano. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you to Toastmaster Youselee for giving a motivating evaluation. I think you covered all the aspects of the speech. You rightly spotted out that the speaker was quite comfortable and had a good eye contact. Now here, we would also like to, if you could have commended the speaker for his Zoom presence, which ultimately, as a package, his Zoom presence was excellent. So which you could have definitely pointed out that. So overall, your evaluation was very encouraging and concise. Thank you, Toastmaster Youselee. Now we move on to our next evaluator. Is Toastmaster Sandra Valks, who is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Hannah Schmidt. Dear Zoom Master, could you please spotlight Toastmaster Sandra? Sandra, welcome. Nice to see you. Over to you.
Good to see you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Hannah, for allowing me to evaluate you. The purpose of the project was engagement and practice, developing a change management plan. It was really neat how you had the title Fear, and you used really your life to talk about how you had managed change throughout your life. What a project. Only we can, of this age, look back over that much change and see how we have managed it. It was really neat. Now you brought in the whole idea, are we going to run away from things? Or are we going to, after the first panic, turn around and start getting organized, manage it? And that's where the fear is there. And then we can calm ourselves into managing life. You had talked about the empty nest syndrome, and you eventually welcomed it because you could do so much. You talked about coming out of your work area and going from fast forward to slow down. So it was really interesting. And the other thing I want to say is you used to be pretty, busy with your hands, and you still do lots of gestures, but they're natural now for you. They're yours. So that's really good that you're no longer frantic and rapid, but relaxing into your delivery and really just enjoying being able to take that spotlight and give us your message. Your reading was minimal. There's a real challenge to get notes where you can have them and still be at the camera, but it didn't deter you. When you came to the ending, I thought your ending could have used a lot stronger call to action. You were going on with the ladies and gentlemen, what is general setup of the neighborhood, evaluating safety roads and blah, blah, blah. And that went along. And then you wanted, I think your stronger close could have been chase fear away. First, know when it is time to downsize and accept it. Secondly, evaluate the safety and the roadway and your social aspects of your next community. Next, look at embracing the change, planning how you're going to fit in and build your life in that new location. Ladies and gentlemen, embrace change. I would have thought something along that line. When you went after that aspect, you then took away the strength as well, because then you went into da 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 da, where that one just perked up into a straighter talk, if you will, would have been the stronger ending. Overall, beautiful management that you did and changing throughout your life. Thank you so much, Hannah. Back to you, GE. Asif.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandra, for evaluating our speaker, Toastmaster Hannah, and your tips or your suggestions, recommendations were, are useful. This is what I think, and your analysis of Hannah's speech was apt. One thing which comes to my mind as an advanced evaluator would be helping the speaker maybe by giving this insight like, what's in it for me? If Hannah made a change, what is the take-home message for the audience, which would really help them to manage their change? How could they get inspired? Not only just with their life, maybe a new job, maybe a new relationship, maybe just not at the place of a business. How could they manage the change? So maybe that kind of a suggestion, recommendation would definitely help into a more of a technicality as to how do you you develop that message of take-home message of managing the change, lessons learned from my life. That kind of a recommendation would definitely help the speaker. Okay, so many congratulations for that, Toastmaster Sandra. Now, let's move on to our next evaluator. Our next evaluator is Toastmaster John Ojefo, who is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Lydia Vanjuk. Welcome, Toastmaster Dan. No, I think it's what? Did I make a mistake? Well, it's John Ojefo.
Yes, you
Toastmaster
did.
Lydia did not deliver.
I'm evaluating Toastmaster Rivero. I
That's
think
what I'm
Lydia
saying.
dropped off.
Dear Zoom Master, could you please spotlight Toastmaster John?
No,
John has not been, there was no speech for the John. Yeah. There was no evaluation for the John.
There was a change and Lydia did not deliver her speech, so
Okay.
John did not.
Yeah, sorry for that. Like, I think it's I need to strike out from my side. Thank you for pointing out that. Okay, welcome Toastmaster Daniel. Welcome Toastmaster Daniel, who is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Ray.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Now, Ray Rivero, first of all, the speech from an expert, because you're doing your 11th path, was clear and it came out very well. Some of the stories you told, you asked whether it resonates with the audience. It did. I found the audience chuckling. I myself was caught by the stories about the wrestler, about a citizen, your wife. The stories came out very well with that. And your frustration with how your name is used was very palatable. So I could actually see the frustration. Your Zoom presence was great. And the stories came out. One of the things you could work on and maybe consider your stories, probably a bit of a pause between as you give a story and a pause here, because you were good at that, but then probably pause a little bit between a story so that you have the effect that would have come out a lot, probably given a lot more oomph to it. And then also the case of the stories. Some of the stories there were many of the stories you went over time because you said you want to have a contest quality speech, but you went, it was 4 to 6 minutes, so you went 6 and 44, about 14 seconds over time. if you have maybe removed one of the stories, then it wouldn't have taken away from it. It would still have been great, but it would have given you the opportunity to pause between the stories and have them a better impact on us. Your ending was great. When you see me on the street and you say you're fantastic, what probably you would also consider is your opening, because the opening you talked about the stage where you talked, I was named. Instead of that, start with the second sentence you said, how many of us have, because that then connects the audience very well. Then from there, go on. So powerful starting, powerful ending, reduce probably some stories, take out one story from there. You are connecting well. Your Zoom present was good. Your gestures were on point. Very well. I enjoyed the story. I was chuckling all through. Well done with it. Just in summary, consider probably a more powerful opening where you start with the question instead, and then probably cut out on one of the stories, and also then inculcate more pauses, and then end as when you're ending there with a powerful end would have come out greatly. Thank you for that presentation, Ray, and thank you for guiding where specifically I should look at the how is it the audience takeaway, how I could look at it. Thank you for that guidance also. And I look forward to listening to more of your speeches. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Daniel, for the evaluation. Well, you have evaluated Ray Rivero's speech. What's in a name? Aptly, with concise recommendations and good analysis of the speech. Only I felt that this, what's in a name and the content behind it, had a very, very good opportunity for voice modulation. And this is one of the point maybe which could have been emphasized more in this speech, because I saw that there was opportunity for humor, there was kind of a frustration, how people, how sometimes many times you feel embarrassed that you can't even, pronounce their names. And that's part of life, cultural changes are there. You may not know how to pronounce their names, but he had a very good story. So you have rightly evaluated John. So you have rightly evaluated Ray Rivero. With this, a brief about, how did our meeting go? What does Leadership Speak meeting stand for? Well, leaders connect. And how do the leaders connect? In the educational speech, that one word did catch my attention, and that's building trust. And how do you build trust? How would people trust you? It's only when they find you that with the connections, with the engagements they have with you, opportunities to speak to you, what is your reaction? What do they feel about that engagement? Do they feel that I can trust this person? One thing which I know from my experience is that many a times, if people are able to establish that empathy with the other person, if they're able to well empathize, then people are able to very well trust. And with that trust becomes the connection. And with that connections, it's much more easier to persuade people to achieve common goals and look for the larger dreams. And that's where leadership success lies in. And that's what Leadership Speak stands for. That's what our meeting stands for. Right in the beginning, I saw our greeter connecting with everyone with disciplined, as soon as the guest or the member entered, our greeter greeted the guest or the member, and that's good, commendable. Francois Bowen rightly and aptly, followed that discipline of whether the Zoom recording needs to be started and when it is to be started. So there was a correction done, and immediately pointed out that once the disclaimer is read out, or it's only then when you start the Zoom recording. And that was a very good thing, which I noted. Overall, the energy was beautiful, very energetic, and I think that that's very important for leadership speak and leaders as well. Overall, let me just have a quick, thoughts which our evaluators have shared, because this is the evaluation session. Toastmaster Bindu thinks about our theme that nothing occurs in unison, because it's only the collective efforts which bring progress, and the team leader should be able to connect. And Sandra Valks thinks that leaders connect, and if they don't, then they are not leaders. No one leads in vacuum. So important. You don't lead in vacuum. You need to connect. And Tony Bratschitsch feels that connectivity is so important to establish empathy, which is a critical component of leadership, which I mentioned. Empathy is so important. Toastmaster Baron feels that people don't care how much you know until they don't know that how much you care about it. And it's so important to establish that connectivity. Toastmaster Dan thinks that the theme is so important to him because the best way to lead any team effectively, one needs to really connect with every member. And Toastmaster Youselee thinks that the ability to connect with others consciously or not is one of the characteristics of human being and is a necessity for the survival. Toastmaster Rozy, connecting is vital as always to be about the team, the audience, or any other counterpart. Leaders who do not connect only get compliance and not willing collaboration. I mean, these are such important golden nuggets for our team, and which our evaluators did their job. They gave a good analysis of the speaker's speech. They gave nice recommendations, and that's what all is about leadership speak. As a team, we keep growing. Well, thank you, Toastmasters. And now I pass on the baton back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nocawe, who has done a splendid, fantastic job. Over to you, Toastmaster Nocawe.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asif, for conducting a very engaging feedback session for our meeting. As leaders, we need to learn to connect, and feedback is part of it. The moment people know how they are doing and what is it that they can work on, that's when they become better leaders. Thank you so much to all the role players, to all our evaluators for the good, informative feedback that they have given to our speakers. The Zoom Master has already launched the voting polls. I request that we vote for the best effort evaluator for today's meeting. Let's kindly vote and submit our polls. Thank you so much, fellow leaders. I just want also to appreciate our timer. She has already shared the time slots for all our speakers and our evaluators. What I've noted is that the general evaluator has missed or forgotten to call upon the grammarian. With this, kindly allow me to call on the general evaluator of today's meeting, Toastmaster Baron. The virtual stage is yours. Kindly give us your report. Thank you. Zoom Master, spotlights. Toastmaster Baron, please.
Just a slight correction there, the grammarian of the meeting rather than the general evaluator, Baron. So grammarian, thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day and general evaluator. And for my report, I am specifically going to note that we did excellently in these 4 ways of use of the language. 1, descriptive language. And while all the speakers use descriptive language, for example, Toastmaster Guerdah said grandiose rather, magnificent, push the envelope, fed like kings, both physically and mentally, which makes it also a metaphor. Oomph, we especially had it with Toastmaster Hannah, who went all out, anticipate, deeply engraved, sized down, honoring the past, embracing the future. Then the logistics were handled meticulously. So you see how that language helps to portray what a speaker is saying. I must also point out that we had an acronym. We had metaphors and triads, the use of those. What I want to point out as a point of improvement that two speakers used is the ending of a sentence with the word also. Perhaps you might say as well, because when you say also, that's not the correct way to end a sentence. As far as the word of the day, we had the word of the day used by Toastmaster Sandra, we had Toastmaster Rozy, DTM Rozy Rana, there was engagement in the group, and the Toastmaster of the day used the word multiple times as well. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Baron, for an engaging grammarian report. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, kindly allow me to talk to our special guests and visitors. Again, visitors, guests, kindly fill or complete the guest book that has been shared on the chat so that we can, or the leadership of the club can further connect with you, can further engage with you. Thank you. I will move on to the third of the theme of today. Unfortunately, we do have the speaker online. It's Toastmaster Nzinga, but she is not well. She doesn't have a voice, so she has just sent me her script. I'll be reading and trying to assist her to deliver her role as she was expected. According to Toastmaster Nzinga, it is very important to say hello or to greet in order to connect with other people. She says saying hello fosters positive communication between the different parties to improve team performance, which results in a culture of collaboration and excellence. According to Toastmaster Nzinga, today's Leadership Speak online meeting is a showcase of what a successful Toastmaster event looks like when leaders connect. As the Toastmaster of the day, Nocawe highlighted that you cannot sever honey from a honeycomb, which means without connection amongst the bees, no honey can be produced. In conclusion, in this dynamic, hybrid, and disruptive world, what's in a leader more than a name or a title? It's how the leader connects with other people. This is what is the speech that I've received from Toastmaster Nzinga. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nzinga, for doing something unlike just saying that I'm sick, but you were proactive actually. You assisted me to say something under the thought of the day. And I also want to commend Toastmaster Gilda. As we've heard, her voice is not okay. She's been sick, but nevertheless, she has done her best as a leader to deliver what she has promised. She had committed on the Easy Speaker page, and she has agreed that she was going to deliver. When we talk about self-directed leaders who are able to connect with others, we mean leaders like these two leaders whom among what has happened to their life, they remained honestly and trustworthy. That's what we need, because for people to connect with us, they need to trust us. So these are the members that you can trust next time, that when they commit, they deliver. With those words, thank you so much for the opportunity that I was given as a Toastmaster of the day to run the meeting. Thank you so much for all the contribution. I really appreciate the team members who have worked with me to make this meeting a success. I really appreciate it. With these words, I will just hand over the virtual stage to our Center President, DTM President Ram. Thank you.
Thank you, Nocawe. Hello, everyone. It is still morning where I am, so good morning to you all, and have a great day wherever you are, or great evening. I'd like to speak to a few of our guests that are here. If you can, Mr. Zoom Master, spotlight me, that'll be great. Thank you. Mr. Zoom Master, are you there? Atul? All right, I think he's left the meeting. Baron, thank you very much. So we have a few guests that I would like to speak to, and some of them have signed the guest book. So the person that signed the guest book is Manjula Thuma. Hello, Manjula. How are you? Are you there? If you can put on your video or put on your sound. Hello, Manjula.
Yeah, hello, Bren. I
Hey,
am
how are
good.
you?
Thank you.
So are you able to put on your video, Manjula?
Yeah, I am good. Thank you. Yeah, it is dark. Sorry.
Sorry, the sound isn't quite
No
coming
proper
through,
light.
Manjula.
Sorry, Bren.
No worries. So I see that on the guest book you've indicated that you would like to become a member of Leadership Speak. Hello, Manjula. Okay, I think we have a bad connection here with Manjula, so I will move forward while we sort out Manjula's sound system. I believe this next person that I'm seeing on my screen is Thombizethu Maluleke from, sounds like a South African name. Thombizethu, are you there? Thombizethu Maluleke. All right, while that person tunes in, let's see. Oh, there she is. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
How are you, Thombizethu?
I'm okay, and how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Now, did I pronounce your name correctly, or how do you pronounce your name?
Ntombizethu, that's perfect.
Oh, great. Awesome. And where are you from,
I'm
Thombizethu?
from Bombela, Nelspruit, South Africa.
Oh, great. And what brings you here today?
My sister was actually running the show today, so I had to come and support and see what you guys are up to. So, yeah.
Super. So, what, your sister's Nocawe?
Yes.
All right, Nocawe. Wow. I see that Nocawe has invited a couple of people, even Helen is here. So now, Thombizethu, I know you've
Yes, sir.
indicated on the guest book that you don't want to consider being a member, or you do. Maybe you do. I think, yes, you do. Now, what? Oh, actually, you do. So
Yes,
are
I
you a
do, yeah.
Toastmaster, and where are you a Toastmaster currently?
No, I'm not. I'm not a Toastmaster. I was just a guest today, but I am interested
see.
in membership. Sorry.
Oh, wonderful. So if you want to become a member of Leadership Speak, it's an advanced club where you have to have certain key skills down-packed, which means you have to join a community club first. Nocawe will fill you in with that since you are her guest and guide you through that process. And then when you finish level 3, you can join in Leadership Speak. But in the meantime, please do keep coming and join us as much as you can. Thank you very much, Thombizethu.
100%. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you. Now let's see. Since Nocawe invited Helen, I don't know if Helen is here with us. Is Helen here? I did see her earlier on the screen. Maybe she's left. Our next guest that I can see is Sonia Morele. Sonia, are you there? Gillian Queck. I just call out a few names. Let's see if they can put on their sound.
I'm here.
Hey, is that Sonia?
Yes, it's Sonia. Thank you.
Can you put on your video, Sonia, for us? Hi, Sonia. So good to see you.
Good to see you too, DTM Bram.
Where are you from, Sonia, and what brings you here today?
I am in Rustenburg, South Africa.
Uh-huh.
What brings me in leadership speak is the learnings that I get most of the time when I joined in. I learn a lot on how the speeches are done and the evaluations, and the learning, the teachings that you normally share with the audience. Yes, I'm a member of Toastmasters. Yes, I'm the president in the community club in Rustenburg. Yes.
Oh, wow, wonderful. How did you hear about us?
Oh, through social media, I once came across the leadership speak because I resonate a lot about learning about leadership. So I tend to get to attend to your meetings.
Oh, I see. Oh, great. Okay.
Yes.
And since you are learning quite a bit, are you considering membership with Leadership Speak at some point in time?
Yes, in maybe next year, because yes, I did say I'm a bit swamped through my studies, and also I'm the member again of the club. But as soon as I have time releasing something, I'll be joining. I really like this club a lot.
Awesome. So why don't you just fill in our guest book and say, you know, that you'd like to become a member in next year, which is, of course, I believe July 1st of 2025, right? That's what you mean by next year. The Toastmaster year.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Please fill in that so that our vice president of membership knows who is interested for the future. Thank you so much for visiting, and please do visit us as often as you can in the meantime and learn as much as you can. Thank you for attending today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sonia. And I believe I have covered all the guests that I need to cover. If Manjula, if you have your sound system working, we can speak to you. Otherwise, we will communicate with you via WhatsApp since you've left us your information. Thank you very much, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I will pass this back to Nocawe to adjourn the meeting. Over to you, Nocawe.
Thank you so much, President Bram. I kindly request Mr. Zoom Master to share the results of the winners for us. One for the best effort speaker and the one for the best evaluator of the day. Double click to enter full screen mode, Mr. Toastmaster. That's what I only see here, but I do not see the certificate. Thank you. Well done. Let's celebrate our best speaker for the day, Toastmaster Ray. Oh, sorry, Toastmaster Ray. I've just made the mistake that you've been talking about. I'm sorry about that.
I feel better. I've introduced a bad habit to this club.
Your list is growing bigger.
But at least I didn't say red. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Ray, and well done. Well done, well done. Kudos to you. Keep up the good work and continue to teach us. And our best evaluator is Toastmaster Bindu. Toastmaster Bindu, well done. Congratulations for being the best evaluator of today. And another best evaluator for tonight's meeting is Toastmaster Youselee. Master Youselee, well done. Wow. Today we've got 3 best evaluators. The other best evaluator for today's meeting is Toastmaster Sandra. Well done, Toastmaster Sandra. Kudos to all of you. So today we've got 4 winners to celebrate. With those words, thank you so much for being an engaging audience. I have enjoyed to drive or to be the pilot of this plane with you as passengers. You've been good passengers. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. The meeting is adjourned. Back to you, Mr. President. Thank you.